Hi there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you tonight? Got a couple things going on, of course, always, right? So I am finishing up the monthly highlights for August. So that will be going out in the mail as well as digitally tomorrow. We're doing our last Christmas in July project tonight. The bonus days finish tonight. Let's see what else. The bonus recruiting, that does not finish tonight. That goes through the end of August. So if you have been thinking about that, you can think about that a tiny bit longer, but don't wait too long because you don't want to get all the way down to the wire and then forget to tell me. Let's see what else. There's add-ons for Paper Pumpkin this month if anybody subscribes. I get to pre-order in the holiday catalog tomorrow about noontime. I will be ordering the big stack of catalogs, so I will be putting out an event tomorrow, so if you would like one, I can make sure to get you one. Let's see here. What else? Isn't that enough? I hope so. So for tonight, we're going to be doing a lot of texture. We're going to be working with the embossing paste, and I'm going to show you how to get a Christmas card without a lot of Christmas stamps tonight. Because I don't know about you, but I'm waiting for the holiday catalog, so I have not ordered a ton of Christmas stuff yet, which means I'm a little bit limited in what I have and what I'm doing. So, and that's probably the same for you guys, unless you've got your stuff from last year, year before, you know, and on it goes. So, without anything else, I'm going to flip down and get everything situated, and, well, we'll see where this goes. So, hold on. Hi, Lise. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Hold on while I situate. I'm sorry for the seasick. Well, let's see if we can get this situated. Missed you Saturday, Carrie. And then I have your class kit, so whenever you're ready on any Monday, please let me know. Okay? You only need to let me know if you want me prepared for you. Otherwise, just show up. Alright, let me refresh my page and see if the video shows up. I've been having a little bit of trouble with Wi-Fi today, so if it interrupts or anything, hopefully I'll catch it in time. We'll just say it that way. So, hi Cheryl, how are you, honey? So let's see if this shows up this time, right? Has it been hot enough for you guys? I don't know about you, but I'm about ready to melt. I'm really glad I do not do farmer's market right now, because that would be horrible. Alrighty. Let's see here. Let me squish this down a little bit so I can make sure the video's still going and see the comments as well. Okay, I think we're set, which means I can sit down. Yay! Alright, so first things first, I need to tell you what I have, and then second, I'm going to get this embossing paste. I was going to say spackle, that wasn't the right term. Anyways, I'm going to get that going because that needs to dry for a minute. If you've ever worked with it, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes to dry. So I'm working with lots of cheer tonight, and honestly, I'm going to get this spackle. See, I jinxed myself. Anyways, I am going to get this embossing paste down so it can start drying. Okay, with this, you almost want to have a second sheet so that way it doesn't get on your mat. So let's get a second sheet. So I've got a silicone mat here from Stampin' Up, of course, and so still got copper on it from before because we had our team meeting today. And let's see, so I've got that. And what you need to pay attention to, I'm going to grab my pearlized doilies. What you do want to pay attention to, and these will coordinate really well because this is the shimmery white embossing paste. But you want to figure out where your doily is going to be. So I'm probably going to only do this outer and not do the inner so it sticks really well. Otherwise you'll have problems with it sticking. You can do it with glue dots and all that, but why waste it, right? So, alrighty, so I've got this going on. And I'm gonna place this here. If you wanna use washi tape, you can. Now, with your embossing paste, I don't use it all the time, but when I do, I use a lot of it. So, if you haven't used yours for a while, make sure to stir it. And if it's not the right consistency for you, add just a couple drops of water and then stir, and a couple drops of water. Do not go too far. You want it to be a tiny bit thicker because as it settles, it'll thin out a tiny bit. So you want to wait after you add water, and you want to make sure it's room temp water. But after you add that water, you want to stir it and let it sit for a couple minutes, and then stir it, let it sit for a couple, so it gets all the way worked in. Okay? So that's what you want to do. Alrighty, so I've got this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to not get that middle, but so you start working, and just like cement or whatever you want to say, and you just work it and work it and make sure to fill the holes you want. Okay, because if you don't fill them, it's going to look like you missed. Okay. You can always scrape it off and put it back. But you cannot, after it's dry, really put more on. So you want to make sure that you're good. If you want the shimmer to really show up, unless you just want a hint, you want a darker paper with this. Just for your info. And I bet Miss Lisa's been in the pool. Haven't you, hon? So, scrape this off and go down here. So we've got here, yeah, right before this I had my team meeting that went from 5:30 until about 6:15. So I do another live once a month and give a whole bunch of tips on more business side, obviously, because that's my team. Okay. So we're gonna put some down here, and we're gonna get this covered because I really want, ooh, scraped too much off down there, didn't I? So, because I really want this cardstock to be covered. I missed right there. Okay, almost, oh, dug in. Okay, so what you'll wanna do after is have your jar right close. And then you're just going to scrape off. And as your spatula gets full, now these are sold by Stampin' Up. So, and I think they're $10 for the set. It has 3 little things that come with it. So, palette knives instead of things. Yes. Alright, so you just want to scrape off. And then you want to make sure, if you want even texture, you want to make sure that things are done evenly, because once you pull it off, you really don't want to put it back on, because the chance of getting it, I want a little bit more down here, the chance of getting it perfectly aligned, not so much. Just gonna tell you right off. So with this, you're gonna want to rinse this fairly quickly. I'm gonna leave it to the side and probably soak it later, but just FYI for you, that is what you gotta do, because this stuff starts setting pretty darn quick. Okay, and you want to close that really, really well. Okay, so I'm gonna peel this off here. See how it's already starting to really stick? So I'm gonna peel this off, and like I said, all this should go in the sink like super quick, but because I'm doing the live, we're not gonna do that right now. Okay, so that's what I have. Kind of cool, right? So this is a way, I'm gonna take this off real quick. This is a way for you to have a Christmassy looking card without buying a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. Okay? And now I'm full of glitter and spackle and all kinds of stuff. Embossing paste, whatever. Alrighty. Whew. And get a wet wipe. Make sure on the new stamps that you don't use these. Because if you do, the lint collects on the stickers and then they don't stick. So just FYI for you to not use them for that. Okay? Alrighty. I think I'm set. And halfway clean. Okay? So I'm grabbing a thing of glue dots and we're gonna get back onto what we're doing. Okay. So before I continue, I've got all kinds of stuff on this table. I've got embossing powder and embossing paste and on it goes. Alrighty, so next we're gonna do, yes, I flipped over, Joyful Season, which is out of Lots of Cheer. This is out of the annual catalog because I'm not able to pre-order till tomorrow. So just for your info, it is what we can all get. Okay, so I'm using Cherry Cobbler here, which is the same as the mat here. And I am just stamping in the middle. Don't rock, go straight down, give it a couple seconds to get in there so you have a clean image. Okay, and we're gonna flip this around, close that. Okay, and 1 second while I clean my stamps. Okay, so I wanted to show you how to get different shapes. Okay, so this is the everyday label and I'm also using the tailored punch. So what I'm going to do is take the everyday and I'm going to do my punch just like normal, right? Okay, at least in theory. And then I'm going to grab a Post-it note on the correct side. Okay, so because this is words and I want it to line up correctly, I want my Post-it note actually to be over here. Just thought about it. Okay, so I'm going to open my other punch. And I know it's not going to go all the way across, but I wanted more of this kind of shape. So just something different, right? Okay. So just a way to combine your punches. So if you wanted a different shape, you could. Okay. So this, once I peel that off, is going to allow me to have that tailored punch, but then have a tiny bit of a rounded corner as well. If you don't like that, do something else. Okay, so I've got my thick white card base. I don't think this is dry, not quite. It's still sticky. Okay, so we'll see if we can work around that. So in the meantime, I'm going to use my pearlized doily. Now these are Whisper White on one side and the pearlized on this side. Okay, and then I've got my Joyful Season. And let's see, where are my dimensionals? Okay, so you can do dimensionals or you can do glue dots. Actually, let's do glue dots. Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue dots. Now, you don't want to peel off with your fingers. What you want to do is just press in, and press in, and then you have your glue dots. Okay. Okay. And then this is gonna stick because I pressed it down really good. Of course, right? Because I forgot. So because this is still wet, I'm gonna add a whole bunch of glue dots to this, and then I'll be able to stick it down. If you can't see them, if your lighting's bad or if your eyes are bad, just put your finger against and get it moving. Okay, and then you'll be able to know where they are. You want to always focus on the roll and not the sheet up here, so you can leave enough to cover so you don't glue them inside of your box, which happens more often than you probably know. Okay. Because I didn't put much of the embossing paste in the middle, I can glue that down. So there's that. Okay. Now I might put a white center to make it pop a little bit better, but like I said, just showing you how this embossing paste works so you can get an idea to get things rolling for your Christmas cards. Because I know we're all waiting, right? So I'm putting it here because my embossing paste hasn't completely dried. If it was completely dry, I would put it on the mat so I didn't have to guess how far out to go. But, you know, it is what it is, right? So this one I didn't leave any room because I wanted the whole thing covered. Hopefully I'll get it straight enough. Yeah, pretty close. Got a little bit right there. But if you wanted to mat it, then that would bring out that white. Okay, so that is that. This actually would be a cool Halloween card. It looks like black with maybe some orange. You can color on the white side of those pearlized doilies, and it'd be super cute as a Halloween card also. So just, you know, something else, right? So that's what I have for you tonight. Keep following me, stampingwithjohnny.com, and thank you for joining me tonight. Sorry it's short, but we got the point across, right? So thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.